Okay, hi everyone. So welcome to week 4 of our class. Let me just go through a couple things to get you situated for this week and so you know what you're doing. And then of course, please feel free to email me with any questions or anything else that you might have. I'm gonna go right to the directions first here so you can get a sense of sort of where our focus is going. We're still working with our visual analysis essays. Um, I have our due date no later than the 12th here. If you need an extra day, please just let me know. We can definitely work with that. But I'm finishing giving comments on your rough drafts, and you should have your peers' comments as well on your rough drafts too. We have a discussion board for this week, which I'll go to in a second. We will be starting on some op-ed and argumentation essays, probably not till much later in the week though. So I didn't open that up yet. I want you to finish your visual analysis essays first before starting something new. So I'll post my notes up for that towards the middle of the week, and you can definitely listen or watch. And then, as we transition out of working on visual analysis into something else, you'll have time to go in between that. So continue adding to your blog. I know our first blog entries were due for today, and then you'll have 2 more due on the 12th as well. The 14th, sorry. 14th, not the 12th, as we transition into then the next week. We have a documentary to watch for this week, which is going to help us talk about visual analysis, talk about street art, talk about some of the larger themes we've been looking at. It's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. This should link to the full version right here on YouTube. It is not long. It's about an hour and 15, 20 minutes. It goes by really fast. You can have it in the background. You can watch whenever. All you have to do is watch it before class on Thursday, and we'll talk about it in class. And they have a little Padlet set up where you can kind of enter some of your thoughts and information on it as we transition through. Other than that, the other readings that we're looking at for this week, we've got chapters 18, 20, 21, 22, and 23, again in the book. That might seem like a lot, but these are pretty short and self-explanatory when kind of looking at some of the materials that just really complement the writing that you're doing. So, when you're looking and reading, and I'll go through and post some more notes on these as well, chapter 18 is all about analyzing and constructing arguments, which I know a lot of you have been working with argumentation for a lot of different papers and positions and things like that. So certainly these will really help when we start our op-ed pieces, and the different strategies we kind of take, just kind of doing that along the way, how you sort of get into argumenting, how you position yourself in your paper, how you kind of want to present your argument within your thesis, and more especially too, what comes along with a lot more of the argumentation and op-ed type of opinion pieces we do, is that you begin to need to incorporate more research. So it becomes really important to see like where you're getting your information and why you're getting your information from there. So this is definitely the place where you want to say like, hey, where can I get good information? Where can I find good sources? But also, where can I do that quickly? Because I don't have tons of time to read every single space or every single thing that I find. And I know a lot of you are well accustomed to writing research in different capacities for your other classes that you've been doing this semester, but also, especially for what you've done in the past. So that's certainly something that we'll look about and kind of, try to pinpoint some really good areas that we can just find some good information from. So I'm always happy to help with that too, but just let me know, we'll have sort of an open discussion on where you have some questions around those areas, because I think that can certainly help. The other things for this week, now that we're into week 4, this was due for tonight. Thank you to everyone who did it already. I did move it down to week 4 here for your survey. And your different blog posts that you have, you can share the links to your blogs in here. You can share the links, and then you can also comment directly on everyone's blog, or you can comment in the discussion thread. These are for the final drafts of the visual analysis, and so we'll work with those. This, like I said, we'll get into the op-ed after we finish your visual analysis. And here's your 2 discussions for this week. This is your Padlet from Exit Through the Gift Shop, and this here is a small article discussion that I thought was really interesting because it came off of some of our conversation from last week. I saved it for this week. There's been so much to read. I found this in the New York Times. It's Meet Your Meme Lords. So, a couple things after you read it, I thought it was really interesting that the Library of Congress has started actively collecting memes along with other parts of digital culture. And the article talks about what the project has turned into a sweeping catalog of internet culture, defunct blogs, digital chat rooms, webcomics, tweets, and most other aspects of online life. So I have been thinking about this digital takeover as we talked about the other day too with our word choice and our language. So totally feel free to add in your thoughts here after you read in however format you like. I thought it was very interesting to sort of complement our language discussion and complement the writing that we're doing too for class. So I can't wait to see what you think of that one as well. So that's it for this week. I really hope you enjoy watching the documentary. Exit Through the Gift Shop looks at various street artists in all different capacities and some in more specificity and up close kind of nature of a documentary style. So I am very interested to see what you thought about it and to see how we can look at it through both a sort of visual analysis standpoint, but also through an argumentary kind of piece as well, because there's a lot of discussion to sort of have about it. So let me know if you run into any trouble or if you have any questions. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all again on Thursday in person, and we'll kind of keep going with our materials for this week.